Hey everyone, AstroNerdBoy here, and we're going to look at my favorite Marvel game, a precursor to Marvel Strike Force called Marvel Avengers Alliance. Now, we're going to go into this save later, but we're going to just do A and B01 here. Start. I'm just going to use the default, but you could pick your character is a player character in this, which is one of the things I like that Marvel Strike Force does not have. We're gonna buy a Quinjet here. Oh, we don't have any money. All right, because this is still in beta, there's a lot of testing, so this is set up so that every time you hit collect all, it gives you currency. But in this case, we're gonna keep it down to 1 just to make it more like how the game would have been when it started. Just for fun at the beginning here. Buy a jet. The game has a lot of bugs, but it is the most playable it's ever been. It's basically pretty much like the game was when it was on Facebook as a Flash game and on the Playdom site, the developer of the game, the original developer. So this Redux project, the team, because, you know, when you play a mobile game, and this wasn't, well, it had a mobile port, but this was an online game, right? You got on Facebook or you got on Playdom and you played. And, you know, we're going to cut down the volumes here. So they had a copy of the client side when the game ended, but they didn't have a copy of the server side, and they've had to basically recreate that. And they've been working on this for about 5 years, but now it's finally actually playable. So they don't have the tutorial set up, but in the tutorial you would recruit Hawkeye first. I forgot about that. Loud. It's a bug. Sorry about that. I promise we won't have that happen again. I forgot. Yeah, they promised they'll fix that, but they know about it. The volume for that is disconnected from the volume for the game. But you would collect him for the early mission. You get Iron Man and you get Black Widow. Now, one of the things I liked about the game, which I know a lot of Marvel Strike Force people go nuts over this, but Marvel Avengers Alliance, you had costumes. So, like, his basic costume, yeah, it's got some, you know, auto-targeting and flying. And there's a reason for that. Certain attacks are ground only, and since he's flying, you know, those attacks would always miss him. But he's got this auto-targeting deal. But his other attacks, and they don't have this. This is a bug. They know about it, where it doesn't give the stats for what these different things do. But the different costumes, like this is his Iron Man Mark V armor, and he gets an energized shield. There's 2 versions of that, Blaster and Tactician. Then you've got the Avengers Iron Man, which gives the Avengers Assemble buff, and there's 2 versions of that. This one was my favorite. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite. He could auto do a shield. All of his attacks here, and like I said, they're not working, but like this one produced radiation, whereas on the basic it does not. This one produced burning and bleeding, where on the basic it did not. So these on the basic costume. So we'll look into that more later. What I need to do is get another, either recruit couple more characters, because I've got like 199 points, or I can try to recruit, like, I love Hulk as World War Hulk. Oh my goodness, this was such the bomb, but it's expensive. I mean, it's 90 to recruit him and another 90 to get change him into this costume. But his World War Hulk, I mean, man, he would just destroy things. It was just amazing. His Grey Hulk was also pretty cool. He used it from time to time. But Let me decide what I want to get for this run. Okay, so I got one of every class. So my blaster is going to be the basic Iron Man Model 35. My bruiser is going to be Hulk. That was an expensive one. I want to get him to World War Hulk. I decided not to go ahead and upgrade him now. I'll show you his one update on my other account. My infiltrator will just stay with classic, although I do want to change her to one of these other ones. Remember which one I always like to use. I think it was this one. But anyway, we'll do that later. I got Daredevil. It's basic costume. This one I don't think I ever liked that much. I think it was some good stuff here, but I think, ooh. Well, this says 1. Well, guess what? This is a much better costume. Even though this one looks better, this one has the superior stats. So we're going to go ahead and get that and upgrade you. All right, so you got, all right, that was good. I'm glad we did that. And then Hawkeye. This was Hawkeye's better uniform, or at least my favorite, but his loaded quiver is broken. It doesn't work, so yeah, there's no point in trying to upgrade him. But I'm going to save the rest because I'm going to try to get Hulk or somebody upgraded. I forgot that Captain America started as a tactician. Now, if you're wondering, a blaster has a class advantage. Well, we'll show it in a minute. Let's do a remote ops. Let's put Daredevil in there. That way you can get a little bit of XP and we'll get a little bit more currency. Now, the timer on this is like it would have been in the game. But as you do missions, they'll cut the game as it's set up right now will shave off stuff. So we're going to start from the beginning. This is why I liked, one of the reasons why I like Marvel Avengers Alliance better. We got Marie Hill here. We're not, so the prequel, the prelude is missing, which talks about an asteroid that crashed, or the pulse or something like that. We're not the only ones that noticed the energy signatures the pulse left behind. Intel places Hydra and Viper at the scene in the meat packing district. Now, if you didn't want more of the story, you could ignore it, but we're going to do more story. So we got Nick Fury. Viper used to be known as Madam Hydra. She's as vicious as they come. Hawkeye is already tracking them for us. My ears are burning. Now, whatever costume that you get when they do the story stuff, that's the costume that will appear here. So meet your backup, Hawkeye, and he's talking to us, the agent. Backup, they better hurry. Viper's on the move, and it's too thick with Hydra agents for me to tackle alone. So you see, this is a bug where they don't have the spacing right. You heard the man. You're on your own now, agent. Stop Hydra, stop Viper, and try to find out what they're after. So, automatically from a story perspective, I already like this. And because we're going after Hydra. We're not going after copies of the heroes that I can have in my inventory that I can recruit. All the enemies that we fight are ones that we cannot collect for the most part. Later on, the game will let you get Magneto, for example, because Magneto was not just a villain, he was also a hero in the comic book lore. So they do let you recruit him. There are a few other villains they'll let you recruit, but not many. Most of them are unrecruitable, and they're just bosses. And that's how it should be. So it makes fighting the superheroes feel special. But right now we've got to fight a Hydra soldier and a Hydra burner. Now they're neutral, but in this whole deal, blaster characters have an advantage over bruisers, and that basically when they're if a bruiser attacks a blaster or a blaster attacks a bruiser, the blaster character gets a special buff so that their next turn they can do more damage against any target. there's no, like in Fate Grand Order in the rock, paper, scissors, this would have, like, blasters would do half damage to these tacticians down here and double damage to bruisers. Nah, none of that trash here. Every character can hit every character just as hard. There's no negatives for going against your class. The only negative is you activate their class advantage. Bruisers, when they get their class advantage from scrappers, they can get 2 stacks of enraged. I believe it's enraged. And it basically gives all of their stats, attack, defense, accuracy, evasion, a boost. Pretty big one. Scrappers, when their class advantage hits, they get a double attack. So basically, they'll attack, like whatever attack you use, like if you use your basic, second, third, whatever, it will immediately follow it up with the basic or whatever. Infiltrators, when there's triggers, they get counterattack, and tacticians actually get double 2 turns. So that's kind of how that works. But right now we're fighting against these generalists who have no class advantage. So we are going to fight. Now he just got a buff. The blue buffs can never be removed, so that's always good. Now for his basic, he gets to do damage and create lock on. Now some of the turn meter up here, this is who gets to go win. So this is the first character, so I'll target him. All right, that was kind of all right. So someone attacked us back. Looks like they hit the agent. Oh no, they hit the agent. Alright, it's her turn. And she gets to put a debuff combo set up next unarmed attack against his target. Deals extra damage, so now he has the debuff. Oh, I didn't go to the store and buy something. That's okay, we'll do that in the next round. So I'm not unarmed, so I've got this little needle gun. Every ability uses stamina. Like this one uses 11, but that scales. So you get a score based on how well you did. I've got this set to scroll slowly. And you get bonuses. The more comic book lore you knew, the more of a bonus you could get, because you know, okay, if I pair up these 2 characters, I'll get more point bonus. So there were team synergies, but the big synergies were for getting points, because you have to grind these things to 5 stars, these chapters. All right, so we are going to buy, we've got 100 gold, which was the premium currency. We are going to buy Olsen's Revenge. One of the things they removed from this game, which I like, is the absolutely disgusting action that Playdom would do, in which like if you bought a weapon, especially like a premium weapon, it would say, okay, this weapon is only good for level 1 to 5, and then you'd outgrow it and have to buy it again or recharge it. Later on they added a recharge mechanism, sorry, not mechanic. And it was disgusting. It was just a giant cash grab. I think, yeah, let's just leave them in there. So, but the developers of the Redux have made it so the weapon scales as you level up. And so it'll keep doing more damage, but at the same time, it'll cost more proportionately to do so. So his costume gives a bonus because he's an Avenger, I guess. Avengers Assemble. Grants coordinated attack to all allies, which he just did. Now, with other Avengers that have Avengers Assemble boost, which neither one of these do, even though they're Avengers, they're not from the movies. So he doesn't get, you know, there's not going to be additional stacks. But as you see here, why do you have negative? Okay, that seems like a bug to me. I have no debuffs on the character, but he's got negative stats, -4. I don't know. But anyway. See, I always just enjoyed going up against, you know, what they would do in the comic book, which is, you know, they're fighting Hydra. Makes sense, right? They would have to fight Hydra enemies. Now, yes, Marvel Strike Force has Hydra minions, but then you could recruit these bloody minions for your own deal. There's no recruiting minions in Whoop, bug. Very loud. So we just leveled up, got some gold, and we got our bonuses, 4,875 points. And they got experience points. Yeah, there's no insta leveling these things. In fact, if we go back to the flight deck, let's buy another plane. We'll just collect and resend all, and then we'll just send Hulk out. Oh, this was a way you could level up characters or give them XP without using them. So we're gonna resume. And now then we have the boss. Later on, by the way, you'll be able to click these people individually and do stuff. But I'm not collecting this because it's for testing purposes right now, just to give you plenty of currency to do whatever. Viper. Move. Scanners show it should be located over... Oh, look. Heroes. Come to save the world from the evil Hydra. How charming. What are you after, Viper? What am I always after? Power. Once you have beauty and money, it's the only thing that matters. Afraid I don't have time to chat. Stay still, and I promise this won't hurt a bit. It should hurt all of them. Now, again, this is another bug. They don't have the enemies scaled right. Right now we're playing, which is basically the easy, the normal level fight. You can do the challenge level, and all the enemies will get more HP, which I believe does scale as you go up. But all the enemies, if they're in the normal, all the enemies have the same HP, and in the challenge, they go up, but everyone has the same elevated HP. When, you know, the bosses should have the most. So, like, she only has 90, she should probably have a lot more. Or not, maybe not a lot more, but significant amount, because this used to be, when you were first playing this game, this was a hard fight. Because you didn't have any characters unless you were spending gold. Which, you know, Coulson's Revenge would have been a gold spin. Shotgun, go booyah! So we got a lot more bonuses here, and 23,000 for fighting enemy. Now, once you finish the fight, you got to do a spinner. Now, in the original game, the spinner was geared toward trash, where, you know, like, obviously 20 premium currency was the bomb. Now, I think these things right here were only used for special ops missions, and those aren't in the game yet, so these are kind of a waste. So hopefully, I'm hoping they'll fix the roulette. Right now, it's just very random. as to what it would pick. It should not, in my mind, have like 220s, but they at least made it so it's a fair roulette. It's a 1 in 9 chance, so you actually have that. So that was worthless. And we finished. Mission complete. 1,000 points. Battles. Survival is the grand total. There were no hero deploys, so we got 1 star out of 5, and we got to get 5 to get mastery. And as you see, these things finished rather quickly. We're going to do just a collect. I don't have many characters, so that gave us more currency. And if we go to team, I don't think anyone is set up to level up, so we could do like the same mission again and just hit challenge and get more points. Everything's more difficult, but you get more points. But we're going to push the story through just real quick. Intel has tracked Viper's man here to Empire State University. Doesn't look like he got far, landed smack dab in the middle of an AIM strike team raid division. AIM is a splinter group of Hydra, seeking power through technology. Sir, I thought raid was only active in Europe. They were, but I also thought they had broken with AIM. Something's bringing these folks back together. Intel suggests Whiplash may be working with the raid team. Whiplash? Looks like I'll need to check this out. See you down there, Agent. Get ready then to head down to the university. Stop Whiplash and those raid goons. So this is the first one where we had a deploy. Now, deploys, there's a bug here it won't show, but the Hydra agent that escaped during your battle with Viper was last detected in this building. We need to deploy Hawkeye to get in and get out with the package while you distract AIM's raid division. So what this would do is you'd have to deploy it, in this case Hawkeye, because it specifically requests Hawkeye. And then his image should show up there. That's a bug that it's not. Yep. But, so you can't use Hawkeye because he's actually out doing a submission. Now, he gets no XP from this. That was one of the bummers. I always thought he should get some XP from the game. But it gives you a chance. These deploys gave you a chance to get more loot, you know, especially when you need currency badly or gear. And speaking of gear, I don't have anything, but basically this briefcase is missing in combat. Normally you would do like some research, like we're just going to start some research there, and you would go to the store, like supplies. Let's go to heal here. We're not going to do a lot, but we're going to get, oh, let's do this healing serum. We'll buy that. So now then, this would be in my inventory. Now my agent is supposed to have access to this briefcase, and so like I could use this healing serum in combat instead of attacking or whatever, and you know, say heal one of my injured allies. But alas, the briefcase is not working. So that's something they'll have to do later. Let's change things up a bit. Iron Man is in here. Let's bring in Hulk. Now, this is basic Hulk, so he's probably not going to be nearly as cool as World War Hulk. Top gun. Yeah, this definitely feels like the old game when you had the basic characters, costumes. There we go. So, ouch. So Hulk would rage up, and as you see, Hulk up extra increases attack and accuracy. This effect can be applied up to 5 times. So he's got right now plus 12. attack and plus 9 accuracy. But he's only level 1. By the way, these hero characters can only go to level 14 or 15. I think there's a bug in this release that, you know, you don't want them to go up past 13, I think. And your player character can go up to 300. So they are not matched. So we are going to go after you. We got lock on. Lock on, taking additional damage from ranged attacks. So when I hit him with this, it should do more damage. And he's dead. He just got another Hulk up. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't say this is a bug. It should say that using this attack gives him a thing of Hulk up. But it doesn't. So you get like a lot of bonus points. This one, you get these 2 team ups, you get a lot of bonuses that you wouldn't normally get. So it's kind of cool. And you get some currency. This mission is complete, so now then, I'm not sure, it may or may not have shown you what you could get, but this is not a spinner, and this is totally fair. In the game before, like, it didn't matter. When it went to the question mark, it didn't matter what you clicked, what you were going to get was weighted, as I understand it. But here, nope, it's fair. It's fair, and that's how it should be, because this is not, you know, the game is not going to a server. It's not trying to make money. It's all playing on your PC using the Unity engine. All right, so we're going to do one more fight here. I'm going to use my pop gun. See, I love those buffs that cannot ever be removed. And they don't show up as buffs, but like coordinated attack is kind of cool, because then like he could attack here and then maybe Iron Man or the agent could follow up. So you see, he's just got lock on for his basic. We're going to switch over to my other account in a bit. There's the follow-up. Pretty sweet. Overkill. Shouldn't have used that on that. That's all right now. He'll be dead. I gotta tell you, this gives me so much deal, and I just love. I mean, yeah, Marvel Strike Force has better animations. Not gonna lie, it does. And you can have 5 characters, but the game is designed to force you to use certain teams and certain this and certain that. Whereas Marvel Avengers Alliance was set, do whatever, unless you were seriously hardcore about getting points. You know, it was, and then don't get me wrong, there was a team synergy thing too at times. I'll show you more about what this means. Now, this was to give you an understanding of classes. This doesn't really tell you, you know, like the differences in what happens here, but you're going to see it here, because this is where Iron Man comes in. Now, any forced team-up character, even if you haven't recruited that character, the game will give it to you for free for that fight. And but we have Iron Man recruited, so there's no change here. We're gonna use pop gun. He's gonna do that back, and we're gonna pop you. Oh, don't play that. Okay, so you see, he got focused attacks. So blasters are strong against bruisers, which is what these are. Focused attack, next attack, guaranteed to crit and ignores defense. So that's the bonus he gets. So now then his attack, crit, and he does more damage. And because he's got lock on, I should do more damage. I'm not sure. Gains Hulk up each round. Okay, so he would have gotten a Hulk. Okay, so the Hulk up he just got was fine. And then he gets a Hulk up. He gets a Hulk up when he attacks. It gets attacked. And then this, it doesn't say, but he gets one from this too. So we're spinning this through. And now we got Whiplash. So you see, because you're not fighting superheroes, clones of yourself, it makes these superhero fights more special. Whiplash. Iron Man, old friend, come, let me embrace you. No thanks, I just cleaned this suit. You realize what we have found here? A new age. It makes our work before or now look like the doodles of primitives. Normally I wouldn't pass up on a setup like that, but we're in a hurry. No need for rush, there's plenty of time yet for your deaths. Ha ha ha. So, like I said, Hulk is a bruiser, and scrappers are strong against bruisers. So, now, that doesn't mean you could have to take him out. It just means it's a little bit more challenging. He'll still hit Whiplash just as hard as he hits anyone else, but he'll give Whiplash the ability to do double attacks. Not double turns, double attacks. So we're going to switch you out. And infiltrators, let's see, what was the help? I always forget. Yes, infiltrators. Oh, wait. Oh, I got it wrong. Bruisers are strong against scrappers. Sorry, I got it reversed. Okay, so we're going to leave Hulk in there. And then he's neutral, so it doesn't matter. But he's a team up, so I think we got to use him no matter what. Hoo-yah! Ouch. And he got enraged. So, as you see, enrage increases all stacks up to 2 times. So, yeah, his stats are all increased, plus his Hulk up. So, yeah. But it makes the character much more like you would think he would be, you know, getting angry and stuff. Plus his Hulk up, so he gets, you know, stronger the more pissed off he gets. Okay, so we're gonna do. So he's got a permanent buff, counterattack, counters single target attack. So he's gonna counter me probably. We got lock on him. Oh, he didn't. I didn't you? I wonder if that's a bug. That was a single target attack, so he should have did me. So. Again, his hit points are probably too low. Probably should be at least double that. But that's something they'll fix in future releases. But right. And see what I mean? It's just all. Some of these things were done just for certain special events. Like this is an EMP grenade. This gives you some more energy refreshes. You know, these are all completely worthless. I don't remember what this was spent for a lot in the game, but, you know, you start with 1,000. I haven't spent a penny on them yet. We'll see what we get here. This should have, I think, a noise. Ah, cool. Yay, gold is good. And we got mastery there. And so if we go to missions, you see we got 1 star here, 1 star here. So to get through the chapter, you would have to go these, and then this was the bonus chapter, which was a lot harder, and it had a normal and a challenge mode, but the normal mode was harder. And as you see, Hulk is a required character to, I believe, play this. So if you didn't have Hulk, you couldn't play this. I believe they've got this wrong. She was, I think, a special ops reward, Mockingbird. Mysterious pulse is slammed into the earth, wreaking havoc worldwide. As a new SHIELD recruit, you must prove yourself far earlier than intended, restoring order to New York under siege by opportunists, criminals, and criminals of every stripe. Yeah, there's a bug here. I believe the reward was some kind of scaling weapon. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do... my understanding is they're going to do the Spec Ops. But right now they don't exist. But they do have the first 6 chapters of the game. It is glorious. Of Season 1. There was... When I quit, there was Season 2. And I quit not because I didn't enjoy the game. I quit because they started making it so that it was getting characters was more about how much money you were spending versus, you know, playing the game. And I didn't like that. So let's quickly switch over to my other account. Okay, so this is the account I'm using to test. And let's go ahead and collect everything. So you see the planes are upgraded. Yeah, you got 2 more plane slots. I believe these planes can upgrade some more. I've got more, you know, characters that are exist. And yeah. So when they get this working, yeah, you'll be able to get support characters. So like if you're hurting, you can use this old school cell phone and call in, you know, a help. So now for this one, I've recruited everybody. All right, she needs to train. So we'll start her training. Who else? But I've recruited, but like I've got like Iron Man's alt costume here. My favorite. I switched him to something I never really tried in the real game because, you know, it cost a lot to switch these guys out. World War II, Captain America, always liked him. Phoenix 5, Colossus always sucked though. That was unfortunate. He should have hit way harder than he did, but, you know, he's kind of trash. Phoenix 5, Cyclops, loved him. Of course, we had the Daredevil. Modern Doctor Strange, he was amazing. Of course, we talked about World War Hulk. This is Annihilus, Human Torch. He's part of the Future Foundation group. Don't know anything about that storyline, but yeah, he was freaking awesome as a character. Because he could also summon demons. Then you had Future Foundation, Invisible Woman, which is cool. You had Heroic Age Iron Fist, who could actually give himself a second, once you got it unlocked, his 4th ability, I believe, could switch out all of his abilities to something totally different. Shadow Cat, you know, made her more powerful. This, you know, I don't know. No, Breaker of Worlds. This is, Luke Cage. There was some sort of storyline where this was going on. I don't think... no, he's not one of the 4 horsemen. There were the 4 horsemen in the game, but no, it wasn't him. I don't remember what storyline this is from. I never read it, so... There's 2 of those characters, though. Future Foundation. I'd never played this version of Captain Marvel, but I was kind of curious, because this is from the... Obviously from... more modern times and kind of like what you saw in the deal. This is, I think this is the one I had before, and then this is, of course, her OG costume. And then this is Swashbuckler Nightcrawler, which is best. This is Phoenix 5, Phoenix, best. There's She-Hulk in a different costume. Lady Sif, modern. Black suit, Spider-Man. Now, he also has Future Foundation. Sometimes I would use that, but I always use the black costume the most. And don't know... Because, see, the currency is just too expensive. I mean, granted, in testing, I've got plenty of currency, but, you know, in reality, you know, I never did. So, Classic Storm. Thing is broken, unfortunately. I'm using Thor. What was his basic? Okay, yeah, he was a bruiser. It seems like he shouldn't be a bruiser, but he is. And then Iron Patriot, and then Brown and Tan Wolverine, although he's got X-Force Wolverine here, which... well, there's a bug. You see, you can't see. It cuts off at the edge there, but I'm familiar with the brown suit, so we'll just leave it like that. So as I've been testing, I'm curious to see what happens when I get to 5 stars, so that's why I wanted to save this for the recording. So we're not going to worry about the story because we've already done it. Now, the fight is pretty basic, but you'll notice that, you know, everyone's got a lot more HP because I've leveled up. I don't remember what's my character level. 28 out of 300. So basically I have these guys in here just to get a little bit more XP. Yeah, so I'm doing the challenge level, so 440, 440. Again, all the enemies should not be the same deal, but I've got a couple of his abilities unlocked. This again, it's broken, but he applies bleed and ravaged with this. Pretty vicious. Bleeding in this game is devastating. See what I mean? It's his turn, so he got bleeding, and then because he took an action, he bled. You see what I mean? So he cost himself a lot of HP, because he had 2 stacks of bleeding, and then ravaged from Wolverine taking increased damage from bleeding. So yeah, you could bleed yourself to death. That's why bleeding in Marvel Strike Force was such a laugh. Whereas in Marvel Avengers Alliance, it was something to be feared. And that's why you'd have the briefcase sometimes, though, apply like a salve. Like if your character had like several stacks of bleeding, you would like do something to remove some of those stacks of bleeding instead of using an attack, just to help yourself out. So I think her phased is sort of bugged. She should avoid all attacks except psychic attacks. Take less damage and chance to avoid magic attacks. But AoE attacks are hitting her even if she's phased, but single target attacks aren't. And she's got a moral boost, so this doesn't say, but this basically lets her exploit certain things and do more damage. So that's not a taunt, but that's the equivalent of a taunt. So he's got healing factor, so yeah, he restores. Berserker Rage, chance to counter enemy attacks, higher chance to counter with lower health. Best there is, chance to gain an extra turn when protecting with Come At Me Bub. Chance to gain an extra turn when counter-attacking with Berserker Rage. Come At Me Bub, chance to protect allies with from single target attacks. And he's got a morale boost, so. So I've got a quick action deal here. I changed out a sword and I've got Coulson's Revenge, which 224 damage. And it's just nuts. We're gonna use this sword here. I don't know what all it does, but it looks impressive and it's not as expensive, so. Are you bleeding? No, you're not. Now, see, this is something else. So they automatically have a permanent buff flammable. So if I hit them with an energy attack or a fire attack, their backpack would explode, cause damage, and they would catch on fire. And fire, in addition to doing damage over time effects, would also do a God, you gotta love those follow-up attacks from his suit. He's supposed to have on a mech suit, but it's not displaying, so that's a bug. So we're gonna go in here. Let's just change this out. Let's go with, let's just show you Phoenix and her lover, Scott Cyclops. The Phoenix 5 characters are amazing. I can't wait till they add magic. She starts with a Phoenix 5 costume, and she's just freaking amazing. One of my favorite characters. So, Cyclops, basic. When he uses it, does flanked. Single target attacks against this target grant a follow-up attack. So, yeah, if you hit someone with flanked, you got double attack. But on his second ability, disadvantage creates negative effect according to the class and beneficial buffs of the target. Don't remember exactly what that does. Weak point, next attack against this target guaranteed to hit and crit. But we're gonna do those. So, now this was an interesting debuff because I think they've made her Side Blast a little bit more powerful than I remember it in the game. But I don't disapprove. I think it should be. But it would produce a migraine on the target, which basically reduced their damage on the next turn. That's just so hilarious. But it makes sense. It's a psychic attack that she's doing, a Side Blast. So, yeah. She's hitting them with psychic energy. They get a migraine. And this one, it's a stun. Let's just do this because it looks fun. So you get a stun. Oh, and she got a follow-up. Oh, that's right. She was flanked. That was why flanking is such a good... I love this. This game is so much fun. Again, now these characters are way overpowered for this level, but still. Alright, so this forces Hawkeye. Well, I usually always changed up. Let's put in World War II. Cap. Target focus on his second. His basic does dizzy, which is 25% reduction in accuracy. We'll score the basic. So he's got inspired leadership as a permanent buff. All right, that's a buff that goes twice. And then he automatically defends, I guess. Let's see. Inspired leadership X2. See, I don't know that he should have that. X2. Provides inspiring leadership to all allies, increasing accuracy, attack, defense, and evasion. And only benefit from a single passive moral effect. Defensive stance has a chance to block attacks and reduce damage. Shield guard protects allies from single target or AoE attacks, counters attacks with shield bash. So yeah, he was pretty wicked. And I put him in as a bruiser, but I think he's supposed to be a tactician. But I always liked him as a bruiser because that always felt more right to me. And then we're going to eliminate her. Like I said, they have to work on the HP. And then the reward, as you've seen. Trash, because there's no S, and we've mastered it. So there's nothing else for me to do there. Although sometimes, like, let's say there was some kind of special event or something, you might have to go back in here and do something. Might. But technically speaking, you shouldn't have to go back in here. Unless you're just, unless you were farming for something. I bet, I don't remember doing that a lot. But once you 5-starred it, you know, there wasn't a lot of push to go through. As you see, I've got this one to 4, this one to 3, 3, 3, 3. And, yeah, this is as far as I've pushed into the game. Oh, what the hell? Let's do this. We're gonna do this, the intro on basic. Maria met Marvel Avengers Mansion. So you're missing some of the story. It's not that big a deal, though. You want to play this. There's a Facebook group for this, and you can apply to join if you want. Cybernetic systems in the whole area have gone rogue. Servo guards are attacking. Servo guards. Dr. Doom is attacking Avengers Mansion? That was quicker than anticipated. I don't think so. Servos don't look coordinated. Doom's a lot of things, but he's not a hacker. Lock it down, Tony. That's an order. Tighter than a flea's you-know-what. Agent. Deploy to Avengers Mansion immediately. Assume all cybernetic objects are hostile. Okay. So, this map is the Avengers Mansion. And, you know, some of these maps you repeat, and then where the battles are changes from time to time. Good news and bad news. Bad news is that a group of Sentinels is marching to cut us off. Good is Sentinels. Marvel Strike Force does not have Sentinels. This game has Sentinels and a lot of them, and they are wicked and so much fun to fight. Sentinels is marching to cut us off. Good is that the area is evacuated. You can send someone in there to shoot them down without worrying about collateral damage. So this is one where you can send anyone you... Oh, wait, no, it's blasters only. Okay. Sorry, deploy blaster hero.
It says it at the top. I could read.
Lore-wise, I don't know who goes usually against Dr. Doom. It's usually the Fantastic Four, right? So let's deploy Storm. Although she was a mutant, so but it's too late now. So we got these servos, hacked servo bodyguards, and well, let's change out. Let's go with. You know what? Let's go with Johnny, and we'll go with Future Foundation. So that was part of the fun too, is that, you know, if you wanted to be more lore friendly, you could bring in, you know, more lore friendly characters going up against Doom ones, or you could say, you know, the heck with that, let's have Avengers go up against it, or Spider-Man, or whoever. Didn't matter. Okay. This is basic, and they are, they got a lot of hit points for basic. Buggy software, something is wrong with this servo guard. So if I remember correctly, these, sometimes they would glitch out and it would act like a stun. Mechanical body, this is important. This is something Marvel Strike Force didn't have when I quit. Cannot be afflicted with bleeding or poison. Immune to bio attacks, susceptible to EMP grenades, mindless. Immune to psychic and fear attacks. So, you know, that was one of the fun things, is that, you know, one of the things that used to drive me nuts about Marvel Strike Force is, like, you'd have some character that shouldn't bleed at all, and oh, they're bleeding. Why? Reasons. We can't do anything. So. Sounds loud. Infinite loop. Uh-oh. Divide by 0. Vulnerable while repairing code. Damaged by hacking. Okay. We are going to... See, again, this is bug, but basically this attack puts on burning, and Johnny himself... Alright, let's ignore that. There we go. I mean, he has so much stuff. Flame on increases attack and restores health every round. Blazing speed, 20% chance to avoid melee and ranged attacks. Plasma body, immune to most fire attacks. Deals fire damage when struck by melee attacks. So that was pretty wild. So yeah, you attacked him with a melee attack, you're gonna catch on fire or get burned. Converts burning into flame on, and flame on, of course, as you say, gives him more health and attack. Cosmic control rod, chance to call warriors from the annihilation wave when an ally attacks or is attacked. Future Foundation works with other Future Foundation costumes, grants future countdown with 2 Future Foundation members, permanently increases attack, and then again it's a bug, can't read the text. Can't read the text. Attack. Oh, okay, that's from the follow-up. Moral boost. Force field and reactive shields. Chance to create a shield when attacked does not overwrite other shields. So we're going to... Well, we're going to fry you to death. I wish I had my soundboard fixed. Not sure what I'm going to do. Ah, she's got training. Bummer. So this is done. Let's see what we got. Trash. Alright, so she's done. Oh. Alright, so we'll put Sue under. Alright. Yeah, let's leave him in there. Let's change you out and let's put... Lady Sif. We have a couple of Asgardians. I don't remember how many bonus points they get for both being Asgardian and stuff, but this is my favorite Thor suit. Okay. Takes increased damage from slashing attack, tenderize, bleeding. Yeah. Oh wait, they can't bleed, so let's weaken them. Okay, it doesn't say here, but this, so Thor, this version of Thor, he's Asgardian, so he's immune to burning, chilled, poison, and radiation, so that was always cool. It was hard to debuff him, except with bleeding. God of Thunder, Might of Mjolnir, can't remember how to pronounce that, can stack up to 3 times. Grant Storm Herald to party members. Storm Herald. Chance to follow up or a follow-up lightning strike when attacking with or being attacked by a single target attacked. This causes and triggers, static charge, okay. Static charge was something that it could cause chain lightning and a moral boost. This would give me Might of Mjolnir. So, again, I don't want to give him the bonus attack, so I'm going to hit him. Regardless of it being the game usually was pretty wild about no, okay, it would have gone to him. Alright, so let's get rid of you. I forgot we already attacked him, so ooh. Has some lightning back. And now he's got 2 enraged, so he's got all kinds of buffs. Yeah, plus the morale boost. Alright, so we're gonna come in here with a flying boom. Goodbye. Oh, Sentinels! Yes! Okay, deploy a hero. Hank Pym just called. A server farm at this location seems to be the local hub for whatever's causing this cybernetic chaos. The hero decks assess the situation. We'll put in Black Cat. Even though this costume of hers was better, you know, Black Cat wasn't one of my favorites. Let's go fight Sentinels, because Sentinels are freaking awesome. Let's change out. Let's see. You know what? Let's bring in Power. We'll bring in Hulk. And Iron Man. Let's bring in this Iron Man, because you'll notice this Iron Man has different abilities. So this Hulk up. So yeah, he can do Warbringer, grants Warbound to all allies. Warbound allies gain War Frenzy when attacked, increasing attack and accuracy. Of course, he can get Hulk ups whenever he's attacked, and his basic does that. And then this, he's got his second attack unlocked here. It doesn't say, but it will consume all stacks of Hulk up for increased damage in that one attack. But oh, you know what? Before we do that, let's now frack. Okay. Mutant detector, more likely to critically hit mutants. Mindless, immune to psychic and fear attacks. Mechanical body, of course you can't be bled. Poisoned, immune to bio attacks, susceptible to EMP grenades. Relentless, immune to stun, exhaustion, cower, and other prevention effects. And they both are like that. They're both just generalist. But the other ones, the different, blasters, bruisers, they'd have other different abilities, but yeah. So his basic has lock on, but it also puts on radiation. This one does burning, but see the bleeding. Well, let's just test it. Burning, no bleeding. That's very good. Ooh, he got poisoned. Wow, that hurt. Alright, it's blocked, but his basically burning does not only damage over time, but reduces your defense too. So, alright, I'm gonna pop you with a big one. Then we're gonna come in here with a big swing. Shotgun, go booyah. These two get a lot of bonuses together. Yeah, Sentinels. I love it. I just love the whole thing. It's just the fights, the story in terms of overall story. Yeah, it's not that special. Let's admit it. But in terms of a lore, in terms of this game, things make more sense. We had to think about Sentinels coming in here. Well, some clearly got through. And then we had a Sentinel fight. While we're fighting these servo guards. Now, one could argue that the Sentinels may have hacked into these servo guards of Dr. Doom's. But that's a kind of a brief look at why I like Marvel Strike Force. Not Marvel Strike Force. Marvel Avengers Alliance way more than Marvel Strike Force. Even in its bug state, I could play this forever. I really could, and especially since there's none of the greedy, pay-to-win aspects are all removed from this game. So, granted, it's in testing, so I can give myself as much currency as I want. Booyah. But when it goes for real, they're gonna do it. So you have a grind, but it won't be nearly like it was when they're trying to get money out of you. So gameplay wise, this is fun. It's more roleplay friendly in my opinion. The fights make more sense because the enemies you're fighting are logical minions that your heroes would have battled in the comic books, and then your bosses are actual super villains. You're not battling yourself. Now, in the second season, they did do some incursions, but they were just season 2 was a lot different from season 1 in that you had like task lists, and the incursions were basically somebody else's PvP team, and you just have to battle that one deal. That would be the only heroes that you'd have to fight that would also be in your roster. So, but I hope you liked the video. Let me know if you want to play the game or not. In the meantime, like, subscribe, all that other stuff. See you in the next video.